Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Sovereign Syndicate. We have come to Red Lantern Alley. Not a place I've been to before, but let's see a bit more. Teddy's workshop. Teddy's the guy who does the bots, isn't he? I do believe this is the home of Teddy Redgrave. Got me out of a bind during the Frobisher case. Right, let's knock. No response. He must be out. Oh, that's a shame. Bowsy. What's your deal? I believe this must be Bowsy. I believe she worked for Wei Lun until his death. And yet still at it, from the looks of it. Bet she's not aware of her newfound freedom. Then again, Dolores does check on her occasionally, likely ensuring Bowsy stays put.
Welcome, future patron. In the mood for some noodles?
We'll ask about it first. What exactly goes into the dishes prepared here?
Tender loving care. Wei Lun's fond of saying that.
I mean, what ingredients go into the meals you serve?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to disclose such things. Secret recipe only known to Wei Lun.
Well, at least there isn't worry about the competition copying the secret to success. That the establishment managed to last this long without human supervision should also count as a huge achievement. Go on then, we'll buy a bowl of noodles. By the saints, I suppose I was famished. No harm in treating myself.
Pleased to hear it. Here is one order of Wei Lun's finest.
Must say, this almost makes me want to stay in London. Got a hope back.
Come again?
Oh, nothing. Great meals tend to make me say all sorts of things.
Thank you for your patronage. May the food lift your spirits.
Okay, so if we change the quest we've got active, so we're here to do this one, aren't we? Ooh, laundry, bathhouse, and tunnel. Let's do the laundry first. Dolores Chen's machine laundry is a place Londoners like having their clothes, if not their dirty character, washed and ironed. A presentable look determines fashion and survival. After all, people guard their image and belongings with their lives in a city that had robbed them just as well of their reputation as their pocketbook. Stepping into the laundrette, you're accosted by the reek of laundry sacks. Masking the foul odour is the smell of honeysuckle soap, preferred by Dolores. From behind the counter is the loud rumbling of laundry manglers, mixers, pressers and steam washers. The heat from the soaker tubs and ironing boards delivers a wave of steam that beads your brow. The mind might be refreshed by a pithy chat with the sharp-witted Dolores. Stay as long as needed to make yourself new again, hours of operation permitting. Dressmaker's dummy. The mannequin gets a lot of use, posed in whatever garments fit the latest fashion. Unclaimed clothes? Some of these dresses look a bit like Ariana's. I don't know who Ariana is. Let's talk to Dolores. The indomitable Dolores Chen, dyed-in-the-wool businesswoman, whether that business is above board or below it. Well, well, if it isn't the illustrious Clara Reed, what wonderful deed have I done to be deserving of your presence? Good day to you too, Dolores. Don't go wasting your charm on me, missy. It won't do no good. Dolores has customers from a range of social classes, but I've heard she gives all of them an equal dose of attitude. Dolores is looking a bit frayed around the edges. It must be something big. In the normal course of things, she'd never let it show. What's the matter? I can tell something's got you on edge. Don't bother. I can see you want something plain as day. Let every woman look to her own problems. Intuition. We have a very easy skill check. Success. Please, you know you can talk to me. I'm an old bullfrog girl. I'd sooner cut off my own nose than peach on a friend. Anyway, I can read on your face that it's not any legal kind of trouble. All right, fine. I need more graft to get the bobbies off my back. I sell the swag that Molly's Thieves is lifting, only it ain't coming in like it used to these days. And now every night I've got a constable at the door crying wicked threats. Everybody who's anybody knows Dolores is a fence for Molly and the hounds. She sews hidden pockets in the dockhounds' uniforms so they can hit the stores in Kensington. The bobbies turned a blind eye because they get the hush money. Until now, it seems. So you need to find out why the deliveries have dried up. Got it in one. I want you to find old Carlisle McGrady. He was the one in the sewers who was threatening that urchin that Atticus I was going to say fought off, but actually the guy kind of beat him up and ran away. He keeps the orphans in line for Molly. Might be he needs reminding of the mutual part of our mutually beneficial arrangement. I don't know the name, but I know the type. A ladsman, one who might be getting too big for his breeches. There are a lot of ladsmen in the city, Dolores. How might I find this McGrady? Oh, he fancies himself a dandy, wears an orange cravat and topper, carries a blackjack. I've seen what damage a blackjack might do close at hand, but now's not the time for unpleasant memories. Find him for me, show him the error of his ways, and I'll see about getting you what you need. If Dolores is having cash flow problems, it's no good asking her for the money I need. But she's got connections. Might be she can help in another way. We've already got the papers, haven't we? Agree to help Dolores in exchange for help leaving London. I'll admit that I need to get out of London as soon as feasible, but I can't do so without the right papers or money to afford such travel documents. Well then, might be we can come to a mutual arrangement of our own. Just get Peter Kipling off my back and you'll walk away a new woman. Dolores is shrewd, but she'll be as tight-lipped with my secrets as she is with her own. I can trust her. Thanks, Dolores. Yes, you'll find the ladsman loitering about Sorris Square if he ain't in the sewers. Now off with you. Well, we didn't see him when we were there before, but that doesn't mean he won't be there now. Let's have a look around here. Knitting machines. There's something wrong here. Is it poor form to fiddle about without asking? Look right here. A stray gear from another machine has fallen and jammed the mechanism. Remove the stray gear. Aha, we got a cog. There, everything in its right place. Make a mint off all these cogs and gears when we find someone who can buy them. I know he's at the wharf. Great wooden wash basins. I should hope Dolores never falls in by accident. Dolores can make even the filthiest stain disappear. I wonder if she does the same with secrets. Maybe. Is there anything else with these knitting machines? The labouring class tends to be fond of knitwear, especially in the dead of winter, when a factory's excess steam is redirected to the furnaces. Okay. Right, well I think we can leave here. Alright, what's in the bathhouse? This is where Atticus went. If Red Lantern Lane is full of unseemly sights, the bathhouse is something of an oasis. The smell of jasmine and sandalwood flow from the entryway, and you're hit with a wave of steam as you step inside. The inviting bathwater calls out to your tired bones. Red wallpaper and bamboo panelling divide the room in portions, and a changing room is lushly appointed for all denominations of clientele. The calming incense is impossible to resist, but be careful with your footing. The floor tiles are slick. A drapery of steam collects along the baseboards and curls up the patterned wallpaper. Let the steam into your lungs with a deep breath. Here you may wash away the discomforts of the day, or drown your worries in the libations at the back bar. Yeah, looks like it. Let's change. We'll have a little bath as well. Look at all that glitter in the cubbies. How can people be so careless with their money? Take it. 11p. You're coming with me? Alright, well I wasn't... Okay, I guess we're not getting dressed then. We have a bath. A hot and steamy bath. It'd be lovely to wipe away the grit of the city streets and relax for a bit. Take a bath. 10 hope. We're up to 65 optimistic. Feels as though I've washed away my cares along with the grime, at least for the moment. Got the centaur bouncer. Can't remember his voice before. Slow down a tit there, miss. Our name is Ms. Reed, sir. Right, yeah, sorry, Miss Reed, but females aren't allowed in the, dreaming area. Is there some secret and invisible force that draws fools to me, or vice versa? And why, pray tell, are women forbidden to enter an opium den? Can't be a concern for our health. Actually, in a manner of speaking, it is. Most of the customers is men, and we don't want them taking advantage of you when you're, dreaming. Alright, step away. Oh, this isn't worth my time. Alright, well, we got 10 hope in here at least. That's not nothing. Now, let's see what's in the tunnel. I spy with my little eye a path that will take me to a polluted canal. I once went to that part of town. Hey, 5 more hope. We're at 70 now, optimistic. Wager they treasure any visitors they can get, seeing as they're overlooked by most Londoners. Alright, well I think we're done here then. But that was cool. So that quest wants to take us back to Sorris Square. I might just pop to the Cable Street first though, before we go back there. The Sacred Heart Orphanage sits on a large piece of land off Cable Street, gifted to the parish by a noble family who left for the countryside. The street doesn't get much foot traffic aside from the odd vagrant, and the orphans make a pastime of throwing pebbles and rotten fruit from behind the gates, especially at anyone well-heeled. At the moment you're mostly alone, save for a few pedestrians. In a more dangerous area of London, that might be of greater cause for concern, though here, the worst you should fear is a well-aimed, fateful banana. The more you consider that fact, however, the more anxiety wells up from some deep place in your chest. It seems unlikely that Dolores would be happy to see your dress covered in mouldering fruitage so soon after the last time. Not sure what that means. You step free of the morning mist and onto the curved street. The orphanage towers above the dry grass and dusty flat premises inside the gates. More gears and cogs, or we'll be in the money when we go back to Sorris Square. Probably not enough to get us out of London, though. Grain is cheap and comes in large quantities. No wonder sacks like this are so ubiquitous. What a lovely carriage. I imagine it's remarkably elegant when in motion, drawn by strong, graceful white stallions. Or something like that. Really anything would do. Let our fantasies run free. Definitely the finest stallions. The coachman would sit here, and I might say, Bernard, fetch my gloves from the compartment if you please, and make haste. We must make it to the bank by sundown, so I may withdraw £1,000,000. Polymath, check the glove compartment with an air of aristocracy. These boxes are just starting to become all the rage. It must have been an aftermarket edition, despite the rest of the carriage being of an older design. As well they should. One must have a place for driving gloves. Ah, there is something in here. Saints, if the owners truly wanted it, they should have done a better job locking it up. 3 shillings and a bottle of perfume. Not bad at all. Indeed. What's our current balance? £2, 8 shillings, 8 pence. Okay, I imagine we might be able to get towards... Well, we've probably only got a couple of shillings worth of cogs, but still. The Royal Mail Service. A postman still hand-delivers much of the mail, but if distance is significant, an automaton carrier pigeon dispatches the letters after being sorted at the local office. I wouldn't trust just anybody with such personal content. Got a broken automaton here. Rusted and cast aside, this automaton is no longer worth more than his weight in scrap metal. Pity. I must admit I have little experience with such creations. The vast majority I have met have been little more than fanciful mechanisms made for labour. The limited and canned responses always seemed a bit eerie to me. Why give them with speech if you intend only to use them as cheap labour? It speaks to an unpleasant impulse of control, at least to me. Perhaps it's for the best that the ones I've encountered don't yet seem capable of sagacity. What about Teddy Redgrave? He and Otto are inseparable, and Otto never seemed quite clever already when I last saw him. Teddy spoke of plans to upgrade him all the more. True enough, still you won't see me having any deep conversations with the average tin willies that roam the streets, perhaps when the technology is further along. Iron gate here, that's probably to the orphanage, right? The orphanage where those children went missing. A dreary place, best to avoid it. That's where Atticus was brought up. Team of horses. These are magnificent animals. It's a shame they have to toil under the yoke all day. I suppose we all do at that. Rooms for rent. I've taken rooms like these all across Europe. I shudder to think of those naffy decorations and the rickety chairs ready to snap at any moment. Of course, the royal suite is far more comfortable. Nothing there. More gears and cogs. Making our fortune one piece at a time. How many cogs do we actually have now? We've got 12. They're probably a couple of pennies each, so yeah, a couple of shillings maybe. It's not very much, I know, but... Apple crate. I seem to be collecting apples as well. That's odd, there's still a fresh piece of fruit in here. Take it. That seems safe enough. At the archway. This path leads straight into London's industrial sector. Nothing but factories and workhouses. At least all the soot and smoke are confined to a single place, and the mechanisms in such buildings are something to behold. More hope, that's what I was hoping for. Haha, 75, optimistic. Perhaps these new automatons will take the sting out of the workhouse life, allowing its denizens an easier path to stability. Okay, well, that's pretty much it for this map then. So let's go back to Sorris Square. We're looking for the ladsman, and we've got potentially some more meat to give to the dog as well if he wants it. Cat didn't want it, and I haven't found any fish. I'm going to go back to Beggar's Lane actually. Because there's... when I said the word fish, it reminded me of something that I found in Atticus's playthrough. Here. But it made him sick. There's a barrel full of fish. I'm wondering if there's any fresh ones in there we might take. We could give it to the cat. A herring basket. A slatted wooden basket made from hazel cuttings, giving off the smell of spoiled fish. Oh, reeks like it's been rotting for some time, but I'm not about to bother with someone's garbage. More pertinent matters to tend to. No, okay, never mind. It was only a thought. I didn't want to leave it undone. At least it didn't make her sick like it made Atticus. Actually, I don't need to do this, do I? Let's go straight to Sorris Square like that. Actually, I wanted to go to the docks. Let's go there first. I want to A, see if I can feed the dog, and B, I'm going to sell some of these cogs. Oh, alright, never mind. Take care, little one. Oh, little Rob, of course, his medicine. How could I forget? Something else I can do you for, madam? Actually, there's something I'd like to do for you, Rob. Look at what I found at Gray's Apothecary. His eyes widen when he reads the label, then he slowly scans the rest. Greeley's Growth Remedy, patented product, ancient Bohemian rap. I nearly said Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian recipe, immediate results guaranteed. Core, this is wonderful. Thanks, madam. You've no idea how big of a favour you just did me. 10 hope. We should be at 85. Hopeful. Look at that. Can't even imagine it. Always a pleasure to put a smile on folks' faces. I hope that Remedy lives up to your expectations. Oh, as soon as I'm done with work this week, I'll be sure to quaff it in one go. Soon people will quit treating me like a squirt in rags. That's the spirit. Don't you ever let anyone push you round. Could do no harm to boost his confidence. Something else I can do for you, madam? Nothing at the moment, Poppet. Must be on my way. Hey, we helped little Rob. Dante's the one who buys the cogs, so let's quickly do that, see how much we can make. So our current balance, once again, is 8, well, don't worry about the pounds, but the 8 shillings and 8p. And we can make... £1, 6 shillings? Oh, that's way more than I thought. Nice. Oh, that's not what I want. £4, 4 shillings, be almost as much as we had when we started. I wonder about going up to the airship. Or something over there. I don't think maybe I've not been on this side. I saw something that I hadn't seen before. So don't forget, we're still looking for something to feed that cat. There's more gears and cogs. Gears and cogs. More. Only worth 1. I won't go running back to sell this, what? Fisherman. Sturdy rope wire for keeping boats moored to piers. Who's piers? Right, fishermen.
Who are for one's proverbial sails to catch wind in this sea? Sea dog like me is perpetually adrift.
A maritime mixing of metaphors enough to make me seasick. See what he knows about Glenn. You ever talk to that one-legged sport by the tavern?
Aye, that's Glenn Forrester, washed up from the Navy as best I can tell. Likes telling stories, but it's all Tommy rot if you ask me. By the way, I'm Timothy Agarwal. It's a pleasure to meet.
And I'm Clara Reed. Pleasure's all mine.
Aside from that dockhound Eleanor Bailey, it's not every day we see a lady on the wharf.
We could try paying him a compliment. Got 70%.
Womp.
You have a rather smart look, as if you know the dockside activity from every angle.
Smart? Aren't you really just calling me stupid? I've seen your type trying to lure me into some trap where I wake up in my breeches in a pile of sick. And without a penny to my name. Run along then, you're not fooling me this time.
I'll better lay it off for now. Perhaps you'll give me another chance later on. Oh, Timothy, I'm sorry.
Oh, here we go. Hello again, Miss Reed. Haven't forgot the fact that you tried to call me stupid, but I'm not one to harbour a grudge. Ain't worth the effort.
Oh, what about Helena? I had a chat with Helena. What do you think of her?
Oh, it could be worse. I've heard of Dockhound with a steel jaw implanted. At least Helena's never started trouble with me directly. Any road so close to the tavern, we must abide the hounds.
How are things at the wharf?
They always are. Fog, smoke and work.
The lot of every Londoner. I'll ask for a cigarette. Pardon me, Timothy, but could I borrow a cigarette?
Oh, you don't see why not. Go for the Constitution, you know.
Alright. I better be going. Take care of... Oh, I don't know why she's Cornish now. I better be going. Take care of yourself, Timothy. I was hoping to get a fish from him, but maybe this guy. Felipe Serrano, regular at the Rose, the wiry young Spaniard gazes wistfully across the canal. Like most seamen, he carries an esoteric reverence for superstitions, but holds a singular enthusiasm for the unknown that rolls along with the tides. Hark to that! He's in the middle of a song. It's a lovely tune that I recognise from somewhere but cannot place. Señorita Clara, buenos dias. Igualmente, mi amigo. Oh, my apologies, Clara. Esteve en las nubes. My head was in the clouds. Head in the clouds, indeed. Try out your Spanish. No necesita disculpas, mi amigo. ¿Cómo está usted? Bien, but I'm a Finnish fisherman, not el papa. Perhaps not, but it's always better to err on the side of formality. Bueno, I'm good. Better than good. I feel like the world is showing me a sign. A sign so bright you can't help but sing, I presume. Aye, quizás, quizás. It is a song from Violetta. A troupe was touring in Spain during my last visit home. Just the title of the aria alone spoke to me. Di miei volenti spiriti. It perfectly describes how full my heart feels. You know of the opera? Violetta, I've heard of this opera before, though I'm more familiar with its other title, The Fallen Woman. A show so scandalous that it did not tour in Britain. Que bien, you really know your arias. And he's talking about how full his heart is, dear me. Who might he have taken up with? Let's be tactful. Who is she, might I ask? I fear that the devil will yank the rug out from under me if I tell you who, and I've rarely been so lucky in love. And she reciprocates? See, because at first she took my money, but last night she did not. She pressed it back into my palm and kissed me. Esto es peligroso para ella. But this is the way it is so often in love, isn't it, Clara? Dios mío, when I was walking home, it felt as if... The fisherman's words fade as I grapple with what he's revealed. In this line of work, there is a rule that reigns supreme. You always accept payment. Even if her actions are sincere, she's reaped a disservice in all of us. Tap a penniless cobbler and their payment shall be mending your mostly worn shoes. The price of our company is also our protection, what little we have. When word gets out that a client has become an exception, every Tom, Dick and Harry assumes they'll be the next one. And so I'd like you to have a pollock on the house. I quash my inner monologue just as he ends his. I haven't the faintest idea why he's offering me this fish. Did I truly drift off for that long? Ah, gracias. Can you believe this all came up the Thames this morning? The new steamships are such a wonder. He points towards a near bursting net wiggling with fish. My heart is filled to abundance, and now my net is too. It has to be a sign. Oh, that's lovely, Felipe. But you said it yourself. The girl may be in danger because of this. Who is she? Oh, lo siento, Señorita Clara. Let the Pollock double as an apology as well. Every seaman here will tell you the fates are fickle, and I cannot tempt them by telling you her name. Not until I have her answer to a very precious question. Precious? Oh, he's planning to propose, as they say, only fools rush in. Well, I hope the fates will look kindly upon you. He presses his lips in an anxious smile. By the saints, this is a doomed romance if I've ever seen one. Okay, so maybe at the Velvet Rose we'll find out more about that, perhaps. Here's where the steam ferry leaves from. No one around at the moment. Only my reflection in the drab river water to keep me company. My figure, like my future, is soft and wavering. Fails to settle into a certain shape. Okay, good. Well, we got the fish. Let's go take it to a little hungry kitty. Oh, I don't need to do this, do I? Yeah, we just got a Sovereign Square like this. First quests we've completed are basically just to feed all the animals we find. You know, it's important, I think. I think so. It was up here, wasn't it? I still think it probably would have eaten the meat, but here we go. Go talk to Bacon. Aha! Offer Bacon a fresh fish. Only the best for the finest cat in Soris Square. Bacon eats the fish unhurriedly, clearly enjoying his meal. Pet Bacon. Who's a happy cat? Is it you, Bacon? Bacon takes the pollack in his mouth and sets it down behind him, then sits next to his prize and stares at me. Your services are no longer required at this time. Servants, you are dismissed. Well, he's got a fish and he's got a happy little tummy. That's all that really matters, isn't it? Oh, I don't need to do this. Right, let's go back to... Oh, did it say Soris Square? We're in the right place then. So we're looking for the ladsman. I didn't see him when I was wandering about, but he might show up now. We'll do a full lap. Meet the ladsman. Yeah. Might he be? He might... Oh, who's that? Oh, that's the newspaper. So let's go into the square. I know we were just in there feeding the cat, but I wasn't really looking for the ladsman, but he might be here potentially. Oh, yeah, there's Bacon. Well, let's go up this way. Oh, here he is. Sallow-faced, reeking of gin, carrying a cane and blackjack. The ladsman, no doubt. Carlisle McGrady, I presume? Who's asking? Introduce ourselves. Clara Reed, Dolores Chen sent me. Yeah? What do you want? I want to know why your fence can't afford to pay off the bobbies at her door. Maybe you should be asking her that, not me. Intellect. Try it. Hey, crit success. But I am asking you. You know, it ain't my fault, alright? It's these good-for-nothing urchins. Slightest into trouble and they run for cover. Let's mention the missing orphans. So you've heard about the missing orphans, have you? What about it? The hounds aren't the only gang in London. If the children think you can't protect them, they'll find someone else who will. Yeah, I suppose there's some truth in what you say. Seems I've gotten through to him. Let's go with Grace. Clean up your act, Carlisle McGrady. Those children are your responsibility. All right, all right. Oh, bloody hell, woman. No need to harp on me anymore. I'll get it done. A successful negotiation. I should let Dolores know the issue is resolved. Yeah, okay. So let's go straight back to Red Lantern Lane.
Lovely to see you, Clara. Have you taken care of the thorn in my side? Carlyle McGrady sees the error of his ways. Oh, indeed. Well, colour me impressed. I suppose it's time for me to hold up my end of the bargain. I had those papers done up just like you asked. Oh, thanks, Dolores. And here they are, all the documents and identification I need to start fresh in a new life. Now all I need is the tin to make the voyage. And before you go, here's another item I believe may be of interest. A Brisé fan? It's gorgeous. And impossible to find, even in London. Oh, thank you, Dolores. I'm almost tempted to say it's too much. Almost. You really helped me out of a bind here, Clara. I won't forget it. Having the gratitude of Dolores Chen is no small thing. Anything for you, Dolores? Yeah, don't rub it in. That's more like it.
Okay, quick look at our journal then. So, yeah, those two are kind of ongoing still. I should speak to the one at the docks because I got this quest after I'd already spoken to her. Or at the Velvet Rose, of course. Journalist Scoop. Madame Zora Velvet Rose, okay. So these are all going to be things I can do in the Velvet Rose, I think. I will nip back to the docks, though, in case that other one will speak to me. Oh, we're all the way up here. Oh, is he gone? Why am I up here? Yeah, that was weird. No, he's still there. I don't need to go back there, though. I just want to come and speak down to, was it Helena Bailey? Yeah. Oh, no, nothing. All right. Well, let's go to Beggar's Lane. Another little kitty cat. No, or is it a bottle? No, it's a bottle in a puddle. It looked like a kitty cat when I was zoomed out. Well, to me, anyway. A lot of things look like kitty cats to me. But they're not. Let's go in the Palladium. So I think at this point I've just about done everything I can do up until now. So when it says, you know, do everything else before you go in here, I think we'll be able to do that. So let's go in. Yeah, let's enter. Opening as a public house in 1667, the Palladium and the rose that sits at its crown have the dubious honour of being one of the first new constructions begun after the Great Fire that ravaged London in the Devil's Year of 1666. The workers of the Rose have long claimed that it housed a brothel as well, despite its occasional forays into social acceptability throughout the centuries. As its deed has changed hands, it will always return to its original state. Regardless of the history, both the building and its workers have been reasonably good to you. A warm and lively air, pleasant conversation, and the wafting smell of bergamot greet you at the door. There's the matter of Ivana to deal with, or to ignore, and you'll need to see the madam of the house before tonight's performance. A day's work that is only distinct from its predecessors in that, for good or ill, it is your last. Okay, what we got here? Foreign landscapes. Scenes from distant lands. I often dreamed of other places while working at the Rose, but to be reminded of them like this never sat right with me. Artemis, the hunter. Or not. Who was the hunter then, if it wasn't Artemis? Can't remember. The virgin goddess Artemis, twin sister of Apollo, here in repose. I know of Artemis quite well. Hera forbade Artemis's mother Leto from giving birth on the mainland of Auron Island, since she was angry with Zeus for impregnating Leto. But Leto found succor on Delos, where she bore the twins. Tooth powder. We could clean ourselves up a little bit, why not? Streaks of fragrant tooth powder cling to the faucet handles. Perhaps left by a client, but more likely a worker. If only the Johns kept up their rituals like we do. Can we take it? Oh well. What notice? Sykes. What sort of is he a Lycan, maybe?
I don't fucking believe this.
Mr. Sykes, I demand you lower your voice while in my establishment.
What did Bay even say to you? A warning, that's fair play, but this...
Beatrix is none of your concern. You've violated house rules with her.
Let me talk to Bay.
Mr. Sykes, you are hereby banned from services at the Velvet Rose for a period of 1 month. You may return after the expiration of said ban, and you can receive your partial reimbursement at the front desk.
I don't care about the money.
This is your last warning, Sykes. You have 10 seconds to leave before I call in my enforcers.
Christ alive, all right, I'm fine. But I'm moving, but this is horseshit. You mark me.
Not quite sure whether I was going for Irish or Scottish there, so I think I did a little bit of both. Alright, well, what does this notice say anyway? No cats, dogs, or other equally excitable animals allowed inside. Might as well be a footnote given the notice's sheer length. Let it never be said that Madame Zora doesn't run a tight ship. A spittoon? Tucked under the Bourne settee, which is a piece of furniture also known as a conversation seat, with 4 seat divisions and a central backrest. There's a pail full of tobacco juice, close to spilling over. Lovely. I forget which film it was in. It might have been Back to the Future 3, but I think it's someone, probably Butch, whatever his face is, gets covered in the contents of a spittoon. And that's one of the grossest things I think I've ever seen, just knowing what a spittoon contains. Cider bottle sweating. It must have been recently served, but then abandoned. Perhaps his patron was stuck with a more salacious craving. Grand piano? A grand piano by the German designer Steinweg, shipped all the way from New York City. Lou? That's Lou. Looks like she's sloshed, which is unfortunately a not infrequent state for her. Oiled up at this time of day, Lou? Dare I inquire as to the occasion?
Well, you know how it is, Clara. Life's nasty, brutish and short, and then you die, so you might as well make the most of it.
True enough, that.
Might die sooner rather than later, what with this courtesan killer picking off working girls like us. I won't lie, the notion has me proper afeard.
Content or better? I wonder what would I suppose we're going to be one or the other.
Oh, we look after our own. Zora won't let anything happen to us. Oh, aye, yeah, she'll do all she can, when she isn't being a controlling stick in the mud.
Uncharitable but fair. What's your take on this courtesan killer business?
I knew one of the girls, I did. Hannah Lind, her name was. She used to work here, but she moved on ages ago.
Oh, that's right, I remember her. Nice enough sort.
Before she was killed, she was still working as a dolly, as far as I know, which is more than I can say for all of the victims.
A working girl like us, even to the bitter end.
You know how them bobbies are. Anyone sleeping rough or up to her eyeballs in gin was probably up to all else too. It's all the same to them.
Any plans for this evening?
Nothing special, but I'm looking forward to your performance tonight, Miss Reed.
Oh, stop it. Nothing I haven't done before.
I wouldn't be too sure about that. You got a look about you.
Tact. 50-50. Womp. Okay. Laid off. Got more tact, though.
No idea what you mean. You can dissemble all you like, dearie, but I still said what I said.
I'll best be on my way. Till tonight, Lou.
Till tonight, Clara. Zora was looking for you. She's in her office upstairs.
Alright, thanks, Lou. Oh. Okay, so that is upstairs, so that's fine. Go and have a look what's over here first. Luxury booth. Someone discarded a few loose coins here. Oh, waste not, want not. 3 shillings. Oh, we'll be fine at this rate. Alright, well here we go. So we can go up and sort of advance the main story then by talking to Madame Zora. But I think I'll probably leave it there for now. So we'll come back and do that next time. But thanks very much for watching this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that'd be great. Leave me a comment as well. Let me know what you think about the game, the setting, the series, anything you like really. It's always great to hear your opinions. And if you're watching this and haven't already subscribed to the channel, it'd be great if you could do that as well. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.